We can go to the Gayatri now, because that's what Sri Aurobindo says, men yoke their mind to the sun. So that's what we are doing in the Gayatri mantra, you see. When we say we meditate on that light, that means that is our yoking. D means to hold, you see, we hold on to that light. That he will inspire our thoughts, that is the Rigvedic version. My feeling was always, some people would say maybe he has added something to the Vedic Gayatri from that supramental point of view. I feel more that he has expressed it in a more clear language of the later Upanishadic terms. Because when you say Tat Savitur Varenyam, Varenyam and Varam is the same. There's no difference here. It's the basic root, choosing, choice, the best. And then he will say Bhargo Devasya. So he says the Bharga of the divine. The Bharga means the brightness, the burning. The English word brightness has probably the same root. So that is actually his Shakti, his light. On that we meditate. And in the Sri Aurobindos he says Tat Savitur Varam Rupam Chotif Parasya. Instead of saying on the burning light of the Deva, we meditate on the light of the Supreme. So he wants to say the Savita is the Supreme, because people don't know it. Maybe some people would know, but so that's my interpretation. Then of course in the second part, Diyo Yonaf Prachodayat. Diyo means all our thoughts in plural. Yah Hu Savitar, our Nach thoughts Prachodayat. He should impel them. Like in the Saraswati, she should be Chodayitri. I would say impelling the thought means inspiring the thought, because it's the light which should push the thought. That means it's an inspiration, because light relates to knowledge. And in Sri Aurobindo's it is Yannach Satyena Deepayat. So Yan is in neuter, because Choti is neuter, which light, Satyena Deepayat, should illumine us with the truth. So Sri Aurobindo says directly, because Savitar is the truth, that we know that that light is the truth, it should illumine us with the truth. So I would leave it open. I wouldn't, fix it, but I don't feel also he wanted to replace it or whatever. There are so many Gayatri mantras to all the gods later created in the Tantra, and in a much more mechanical way if you look at it. Sri Aurobindo's is, of course, it's a poetry, it's his mantric inspiration, that's for sure. So, but basically I would say it comes to the same. If the sun god should inspire our thoughts, that means because he is the truth. Of course, Kapali Shastri would say, when he says he should illumine us with the truth in general, that means on all the planes, not only the mind. But then you see what happens. Why did they add in the Gayatri mantra Bhur, Bhuva, Swa? That is again physical, vital, mental, and then that highest sun. So I would feel I open again all the three lokas of myself, my body consciousness, my prana consciousness, and my mind. I open and call that light of Bharga, of the Supreme, that who should inspire the thoughts, but that would be then, and then he comes down also into these other planes. Like in this hymn he says, he will even, he will create the heavens, and then he will go over the three earths, which would be Bhur, Bhuva, Swa, in that sense. So, I leave it up to everyone. So I wouldn't put a judgment there. They are all beautiful, but Sri Aurobindo is more homecoming for the modern yoga tradition, also to understand the meaning right away. Some years ago I made this printout, this arrangement, the Vedic Gayatri. So I have given also Sri Aurobindo's commentary, where he refers to the Gayatri in the Secret of the Veda a few times, and then I have added his own Gayatri. I meet people, they chant it their whole life since childhood, but they don't know the meaning. And then then I give, so we will see now. Because you can very literally translate it, it's very simple and straightforward. Grammatically, it means like this. Tat relates to the Varenyam Bharga. They are all in neuter gender. That most desirable Bharga, which means, of course, when they call it Tat, course, some scholars will immediately say Tat is the supreme, the transcendent. It can also mean that. But grammatically, it's just that most desirable bharga. Nowadays, I translated brightness because it's the same root in English to bridge root of the divine, So let us meditate on that most desirable brightness, the light. Sri Aurobindo says the flame and light force, because bridge means to burn. Jyoti has a different kind of connotation. So the emphasis here, why bharga, as if it's an active light, a creative light, you see, which can create a different state of the divine. And then tiyo yonaf prachodayat. The thoughts, tiya, yo means here the savitar, of savitar, who is he, of us prachodayat, who shall impel or inspire our thoughts. So I translated, let us meditate on that. I put transcendent because of Tat, most desirable radiance of the divine creative Son, who shall inspire our thoughts. Now, if you remember this other hymn, they yoke their mind, so you understand what is the purpose of it. Then you can also reflect and think a very wise decision actually to take this mantra, because it relates to something of the Most High, you could say. But still it's a step. It's not yet full revelation, but you want to reach up to that. So, and now look Sri Aurobindo's commentary. Somebody wants to read? The reference in the Gayatri in the Secret of the Veda. Somebody else who likes?
In the Isha Upanishad, we find an appeal to Surya as a god of revelatory knowledge by whose action we can arrive at the highest truth. This too is his function in the sacred Vedic formula of the Gayatri, which was for thousands of years repeated by every Brahmin in his daily meditation. And we may note that this formula is a verse from the Rig Veda, from hymn of the Rishi Vishwamitra.
And then you see this next quote, I have taken it, it's on a hymn on the Ashwins, and there he goes again to the Gayatri. So can you read it? You see, by this upward movement of the chariot of the Ashwins. You can read?
By this upward movement of the chariot of the Ashwins, with its burden of uplifted and transformed satisfactions, the veil of night that encompasses the worlds of being in us is rolled away. All these worlds, mind, life, body, are opened through the rays of the sun of truth. This lower world in us, that is extended and shaped by this ascending movement of all its powers and satisfactions into the very brightness of the luminous intuitive mind, Swar, which receives directly the higher light. The mind, the act, the vital, emotional, substantial existence all becomes full of the glory and the intuition, the power and the light of the divine Son. Tat Saratur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya.
So you mentioned this interpretation, you see, because probably of Bhur Bhuvasva also, the mind, the act, the vital emotional substance, all becomes full of the glory and intuition. So that glory of the Bharga, for him that is also the intuition, the power and the light of the divine Son. So he gives it a big place. And then one more quote, somebody else maybe who wants to read, you would like to read?
And in the Gayatri, the chosen formula of the ancient Vedic religion, the supreme light of the Godhead Surya Gayatri,
Surya Savitri.
Savitri is invoked as the object of our desire, the deity who shall give this luminous impulsion to all our thoughts.
So can you imagine, here he calls the Bharga the supreme light, like when he says Tat Savitur Varam Rupam Chotif Parasya in his own Gayatri mantra.
The result of the procession of the shining dawns, of the divine returns of Surya, of the increasings of Bhushan and his leading on the path is summed up in the creation of Savitri, the luminous creator. It is the God Savitri who sets us there where the ancient doers of the world have preceded us. That is the desirable flame and splendor of the divine creator on which the seer has to meditate and towards which this God impels our thoughts. That the bliss of the creative Godhead on the forms of which our soul must meditate as its journey towards it. It is the supreme creation in which the Goddess, undivided and infinite, speaks out her word, and the all-ruling kings, Varuna, Mitra, and Ajana. To that consummation, the power of all these Godheads turns with a united acceptance.
So here he is paraphrasing another hymn from the Rig Veda. So Aditi, that infinite, you see. So then that will be the supreme creation, which would have been the Bhagasavitri hymn when the Ananda is manifest. The divine enjoyer enjoys his creation fully, in his own Swarajyam, without limitation. None can diminish that. So the Ananda cannot be destroyed or distorted anymore, so to say, like in the ignorance. So now we should recite it, and then we will recite Sri Aurobindo's. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swah.
Om Bhur Bhuvah Swah.
Tat Savitur Vareniyam.
Tat Savitur Vareniyam.
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Diyo Yonaf Prajodayat.
Diyo Yonaf Prajodayat.
Om Bhur Bhuvah Swah.
Om Bhur Bhuvah Swah.
Tat Savitur Vareniyam.
Tat Savitur Vareniyam.
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Diyo Yonaf Prajodayat.
Diyo Yonaf Prajodayat.
Om Bhur Bhuvah Swah.
Om Bhur Bhuvah Swah.
Tat Savitur Vareniyam.
Tat Savitur Vareniyam.
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi.
Diyo Yonaf Prajodayat.
Diyo Yonaf Prajodayat.
Here, of course, I realize that's my way of doing it, like in the other Vedic hymns, but people might be used in so many other ways and tunes. So don't get upset with this. You follow your way. You don't have to adapt to this way. There will be so many ways. But I just chant it like I would chant any Gayatri meter, you see. And I would do the same thing with Sri Aurobindo's hymns, you see. So, Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam Jyotif Parasya Dhimahi Yanah Satyena Deepayet. You see, so it will be always, that is Gayatri meter. You see, that's what I will do. Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam.
Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam.
Jyotif Parasya Dhimahi.
Jyotif Parasya Dhimahi.
Yanah Satyena Deepayet.
Yanah Satyena Deepayet.
Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam.
Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam.
Jyotif Parasya Dhimahi.
Jyotif Parasya Dhimahi.
Yanah Satyena Deepayet.
Yanah Satyena Deepayet.
Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam.
Om Tat Savitur Varam Rupam.
Jyotif Parasya Dhimahi.
Jyotif Parasya Dhimahi.
Yanah Satyena Deepayet.
Yanah Satyena Deepayet.
So you see here I have added the accent, because in the Veda you have all these words, so you know where is the accent. So Tat Savitur Varam Rupam. So I added this little sign. That would be the Udatta, like in the Bhargo. Jyotif Parasya Dhimahi has no accent, and then Yannah Satyena Dipayet. So on that Varam Rupam, on the most choicest, best form of Savitur, of Savitri, on the light of the Supreme. So Sri Aurobindo says what it is. The most best form of that sun is the light, which is the Supreme. We meditate. And then Yanna, Yat is in neutral gender because Jyoti. So here he says, which light? The light which Nach us with the truth, Satyena Dipayat. So he says it directly. Prachodayat means inspire, activate that light. So he says Deepa. It's in causative case. So the root is deep. And Aya means make illumine, So illumine us with the truth.
The Om, which is on the Gayatri, is it like added later on?
Because you mean at Sri Aurobindo's? On the first one? No, because in the Rig Veda there is no Om. There is also no Bhur Bhuva Sva. Sva is always there everywhere, but not Bhur Bhuva usually in that sense. So this kind of, it's called Vyaritis, which means Hrat, it means calling, invocatory words. They have come into existence later. They are not in the Rig Veda. And Om also not. So in the Veda it comes in that Vishwamitra hymns, it just comes like this. Tat Savitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Tiyo Yanaf Prachodayat. So of course you have to change even the melody if you put Om, because it makes intensive, but it also stops the rhythm. So I tried it with Sri Aurobindo's also. Om Tat Savitur. But the Om is like, of course the Om is the sanction, it is the direct contact, opening the door, so to say.